In Musings, we are listening for a message from the universe about going for our big dream. And what I mean by going for your big dream is living the life meant to live, living an authentic life, going for the things that you know you want, but are ashamed of or afraid of going for because of what other people say, or you have all this outside influence that's like telling you that that's not the right thing for you when you know from the inside that it is. So there's this push pull, uh, and I'm here to tell you do it, go have fun, enjoy your life. Strive for the things. What you may or may not achieve it in this lifetime, you may be the connected piece that takes it from where it is now to the next person, to where it will be for the next person so that they can take it even further. And they may not even achieve it, but they'll take it further for the next person so that the iteration continues to move forward. It may just be that you want the energy idea. It- I think of the story of like an 80-year-old woman who got into the history of Mesopotamia and archaeology and just started reading books on it. She actually went to college and took some classes on it and just dove head first into Mesopotamia. Like she just started exploring because it was fun, because it was where her divine spark led her to go. And by the time doctorate students, doc- professionals in the field coming to her because she was the expert. She started at 80 and the worldwide expert because she followed me, the foremost expert of this woman became, right? Is the story. And that could be you, right? If that was your thing, right? It doesn't matter how young or old you are. It matters that follow it. You follow it. And it doesn't have to be like a career choice. It could be a side hustle. It's another story of a gal who was an Olympic hopeful and didn't skate. And she married, had kids, gave it up, didn't skate for years and years and years until she decided, you know, again, not to go to the Olympics, not to be on the circuit, not to do any of that stuff. Just wanted to skate. She wanted that in her life. And, she realized that the way she was living her life at the time didn't allow for skating to be involved. And so she had to make a choice. Uh, which she did. She bought some skates and stayed at her house. And 3 o'clock in the morning, got herself ready. Was at the skating rink by 4 o'clock in the morning. She spent an hour skating. Nobody else there. Nobody watching her, no hurrahs, no nothing. But she skated. And she did this almost every morning just to have skating in her life. And then at 5 o'clock, she drove home. She got the kids ready for school. She did all the things, went to work, got home, and lived her normal life. But for this thing that she and so that's the big dream, like, her big dream was to skate, so she allowed herself to skate. Big dream for the elderly lady was Mesopotamia, so she allowed herself Mesopotamia. What's yours? And what are you and it could be that you become the foremost expert in whatever it is, and it could be just as simple as it's a pleasure for you. And we're listening for that message from the universe. Fairchild Sacred Rebels Oracle card deck for that message as they do it. Uh, and I like to have the cards come up at least 3 times, and they still haven't. Even after that's when it's been talking here. Well, that's why I hope to get grounded. I usually don't want to do that into your body, feeling, getting your feet on the ground, feeling this energy come up into that creative, supporting energy, and feeling that spark that as it comes up your legs towards the feeling your body with creativity and life force, and then opening your head to the universe and allowing it to filter in and clear out those negative perspectives. Clear out the perspectives that say you shouldn't, you can't, you won't, why you won't do that. Clear all those new vision of your big dream. The world, it's big for you, big. You can hear the truth, so that you can hear the knowledge and the way forward, the sound that moving forward and down. You can speak the truth. You can speak your word from softly comes together, connecting that universal gift back to source, back to creativity. As it shines forth and breaks the barriers and bonds that you have that keep you playing small. Let it shine forth. Our card today is full, sacred full. This invites play, always fun. All right. Oh, wrong side. Oh, love this card. This sacred. The Fool is a great rebel, able to thwart convention and tell the truth without restraint. Your heart is a wonderful, powerful, sacred fool. It cares not for the right way to do things. It cares not for what the mind says is real and not real. It lives according to an inner wisdom that cannot be dictated or controlled by anything. It loves, it lives, and it is what it is. This oracle heralds a time, now or imminent, when you will feel inspired, alive, and passionate for what you can offer the world. It says to you, don't try to be appropriate. Don't try to be socially acceptable and worry about what others may think about what you're doing. Just be. If you want to wear a bad hat while doing so, fine. The sacred fool in you is willing to leave behind what has been because it no feels right to stay attached to it. The sacred fool in you trusts life completely. It would never occur to this part of you to try and outsmart life or resist its flow. It recognizes that the mind is a monkey puppet on strings. More often than not, it is cajoled into fear when it could be playfully dwelling in the radical spontaneity of life. So the sacred fool in you urges your mind to let itself be pulled into joy by your heartstrings, not into fear and doubt by the controlling machines of mass media. This oracle brings you a message. It is time for you to play. It is time for you to let life happen in a completely unreserved, unscripted way. The more bizarre, left of field, unexpected, and apparently ridiculous, the better. This might not feel safe or appropriate at first. That's okay. That is actually a good sign. It's a sign that you are breaking with your own self-imposed conventions. It is time to move beyond them now because a bigger life adventure is calling. This is wonderful news. It is the desire of life to operate radically through you so that you become the conduit through which miracles and crazy, wild synchronicity can occur. You are becoming elect. You are more plugged into the apparent randomness of life. Apparent because there is a refined intelligence behind it all. The sacred thing goes with this without having to understand any of it, which is good. Because trying to access even one genuine glimpse of life's unfathomable genius would probably make one's head explode. As you take this journey, you may find that people around are challenged. You might unintentionally cause them to rethink the way they live their lives. They may question whether the way they are living is the only way for them or even the best. At first, they may react rather than take responsibility. The sacred fool in you doesn't engage with this. It is what it is, and it rises and falls as it will. It doesn't stop you from your merry dance of unconventional being. If you find yourself making choices that have others questioning sanity, right on course. You may feel that you are quite possibly going insane, but you are not crazy. You are just a person in heightened awareness. There is a moment, sometimes a rather long, when we wake up to life, shed our attachment to mass opinion, and float in on a completely different state of being. We might find that no one is really able to understand or connect with us to the point that we question our state of mind. Deal with that. It will eventually the tables will turn and you gain great inner freedom and stay on your path. Stay on the journey. Remember to take nothing too seriously and it will all work out perfectly. It has come together within your heart, shining bright through your body. All are sacred full of unconditional love. Please help access your lightness of spirit and your ability to exist in culture, to be powerful without becoming attached to or I choose of my own free will to give myself absolute permission just be myself and always. Through unconditional love, care, mercy, and compassion. Imagine that any invisible chain or shackle that you in way fall away, you might make a clunk as they hit the floor. You might free than ever before. Subtle to this is perfect for you at this time. Take your arms, legs, and your body. Mhm. Once you are all shaken out, feel more relaxed and hopefully just a little bit silly in a playful way. Completed your healing process. I'm gonna stand up to the stand up, chicken, chicken, yeah. Shake it. Yeah. All right. Take control. You know what I think of this as? The 3 to 5 year, they haven't quite yet learned how to not say the truth, right? You've heard the term out of the mouths of babes. They're the sacred fool. They see something, they say it. However appropriate or inappropriate it may feel at the time, they see the truth. I wonder if you can tap into that 3 to 5 year old of you before we get told to hush, to not say things like, "Oh, don't say that. That's a that that'll hurt their feelings, or that'll da 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 da. That'll be whatever. That'll make mommy mad, or that'll make daddy mad, or that'll make your sisters or brothers mad, or that'll upset the teacher, or that'll upset blah, 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 blah." Whatever those filters are that we get, instead of just speaking the truth, it gets filtered. But that 3 year old doesn't have that filter yet. Your What would your 3 year old do? Aha, releasing stuff, that's what yawns are. What would your 3 year old do? W What would your 3 year old do? What truths would your 3 year old see? And how would your 3 year old play with the universe? With this dance and sing, dig in the dirt, build things. What? Tap into that. That would be very interesting. I wonder what would happen if you tapped into your 3 year old today. And you can do it in the privacy, you don't have to do it out in public, I guess. Although that would be kind of fun. What would your 3 year What would your 3 year old notice? How would your 3 year old dance and play through the day? That's my challenge to you today. Tap into your 3 year old. What would they notice? How can you get closer to that sacred fool, that silliness, that openness, that honest, before all the filters show up? Interesting experimentation. So, with that, thank you very much for being here. Namaste to you. If you've been enjoying Musings, please hit the like and subscribe button and the bell that is up there that will notify you when I'm going live when I add new content. And I just wanted to remind you, I said it yesterday, it's the first day yesterday, but um, the three big oh, don't get tall. Going to be happening. It's going to be a live masterclass in about an hour or so. Um, it's happening on July 27th at 4 Pacific. That is this Sunday. Try to get to But if you have this big dream, or you don't know, talking about the big dream, and you're like, I have no idea what it is. I remember how to dream. Like I don't even remember, like, dreaming? What is that? I've been there, like, you wake up and I don't what do you mean dream? This is my life. I wake up, I go to work, I come home, or I wake up and I take care of the house or the kids, or the probably kids are gone now, but now they're like, what? This is life. It's because you forgot how to dream. You forgot to get connected to that spark that motivates. I have been there, Lord. I was there for way too long. So this is about connecting with dreaming. This is about waking up. So I'm calling it the wake up call. Waking up to your big dream. Reconnecting with that divine spark so that you wake up in the morning and you don't dread the day. Get up and you go down and have breakfast without wondering why. Go to your JLB because there's some enjoyment there, right? You have some motivation. There's something you want to do with the day. And if you haven't woken up like that in a long time, come to the big dream wake up call. Let's reconnect you to your purpose. Those weird words that, to me, it's a dream. It's a way of you where do you want your life to go? Where you want your life to expand into? Creating the life you want, you enjoy. You wake up to everything and go, yes, I'm here. This is worth it. Because the other option is a scary place to be. The other option is a scary place to be. And we need you here. You have this divine spark within you that needs to shine, that needs to be seen, that deserves happiness, that deserves to be this world, not boxed up. It's so important. So if you are looking for that, if you don't want to drink, if you are looking for some direction, let's see what we can find. Let's see what we can find. Sunday, July 27th, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, for the big dream wake up call. And let's connect you to your source, to your divine, to that gift that was given just to you to give to the world from the universe. Let's find it together. I'll help you navigate that. Let's of connections. It's something. It's something where we can find different ways to connect to it as we move forward. But you deserve have a dream. You deserve to live your authentic life. No matter what anybody else says. You've done your responsible things, you've done your duty. Now it's time to live. I wanna thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this morning musings. And yeah, be your sacred flow. Tap into your 3-year-old. Tap into the silliness, the truth, the honesty, the crazy creativity, the dancing, silly, just letting yourself be and see what happens today. I'd love to hear about it in the comments. So, yeah, keep using your hands on the wheel and you'll foot on the gas, baby. Let's do this. I'll see you tomorrow.